On September the 11th, 2001, it became clear to me we were a nation at war. We faced an enemy that flew 4 airplanes to kill as many Americans as possible. It's the most significant attack in our nation's history. Tonight we are a country awakened to danger and called to defend freedom. Our grief has turned to anger, and anger to resolution. Whether we bring our enemies to justice or bring justice to our enemies, justice will be done. During my presidency, we've done 3 things in the war on terror. 1, we've stayed on the offense. And while we have yet to kill or capture Osama bin Laden, we have killed or captured a lot of his operatives. They are in hiding in certain places, and they know if they pop their head up, the United States of America will deliver justice. In the world we have entered, the only path to safety is the path of action, and this nation will act. I knew as war, intuitively knew as a different kind of war, but I also knew this, that if we were going to fight this war, we would use all our assets. We would not fire $100 missiles into a $10 tent and hope for the best. The transformation of the military has been a great success of this administration. Our forces are better prepared, better trained, and better equipped to deal with the threats of the 21st century, and therefore America is safer. We have changed how we protect the homeland. Created the Department of Homeland Security. We've streamlined our intelligence operations. We have given our professionals the capacity to listen to phone calls of dirty numbers while protecting the civil liberties of our people. In other words, we have basically changed the attitude that okay, this is just a simple law enforcement matter, to one that says we're going to protect our homeland. There is only one force of history that can break the reign of hatred and resentment and expose the pretensions of tyrants and reward the hopes of the decent and tolerant, and that is the force of human freedom. I believe that there is an Almighty, and a gift of that Almighty to every man, woman, and child is freedom. Some call that idealistic. I call it realistic. If you don't believe that freedom is necessary in parts of the world, you don't see the ideological struggle we're in, because freedom is the way to deal with hopelessness. Freedom is transformative. Freedom is able to help convert an enemy to an ally. Societies that look hopeless today can end up being free societies. Does freedom instantly take hold in a part of the world like the Middle East? Absolutely not. But can freedom find a fertile ground there? Absolutely, it can. We show compassion abroad because Americans believe in the God-given dignity and worth of a villager with HIV/AIDS, or an infant with malaria, or a refugee fleeing genocide, or a young girl sold into slavery. We also show compassion abroad because regions overwhelmed by poverty, corruption, and despair are sources of terrorism. And so we started the Millennium Challenge Account, which is a novel approach to aid, which basically said that in return for help on certain projects, the United States expects good governance, market-oriented economics, and the investment in the health and education of its citizens. When you couple the Millennium Challenge Account with aid programs directly benefiting people, it is a powerful statement to the world about the intentions of the United States of America and the compassion of the United States of America. One of the great accomplishments of my administration has been to liberate 50 million people in Iraq and Afghanistan. And as a result, these countries are new democracies and not safe havens for terrorists who would do us harm. Our agenda was not only dealing with terror, but freeing people is a compassionate act, but freeing people not only from forms of tyranny, but from diseases like HIV/AIDS or malaria or hunger. And the United States is proudly in the lead on these issues.